Hello, this is Jcamera here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the LEGO Harry Potter set from 2003, numbered 4720, titled Knockturn Alley, released to coincide with Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This was one of two sets that were released in 2003 because LEGO intended for Prisoner of Azkaban to come out in 2003, so that way those two sets could coincide with that wave, but the film ended up being released the following year, 2004. So these sets ended up being underperformed and some of the worst selling LEGO Harry Potter sets to this day. And coincidentally, both sets happened to take place in Diagon Alley, roughly around the same place. Quality Quidditch Supplies is that other set. And then the one we're looking at today is Knockturn Alley. Here is the instructions. Again, I've been there, done that. The background is actually a little different this time. It's actually Diagon Alley based this time. Maybe they were just sick of doing the same background, so they wanted to do something new, or they wanted to be more authentic to the location. I'm gonna guess the latter, but it would be a little funny to me if the first was true. Again, same deal as usual with how these works. If you've got any of these sets, you've got them all, at least in terms of instructions. And from what I noticed, there are no real special numbers. I think it says something special they did in the first wave, as far as I know anyway. And there's also no alternate builds in these instructions, or at least this in Dueling Club. Some of them do, some of them don't. The sets I'm pretty sure do, it's just the actual instructions don't. Yeah, the boxes do. And then at the back, we got an advertisement for the LEGO Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets creator video game, the sequel to the Philosopher's Stone creator game. And we get an advertisement for all the LEGO Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets sets that came out the previous year, and a couple sets from the Philosopher's Stone. Actually, no, 3, because Troll on the Loose. But you get the idea. Now, we shall take a look at the minifigures. First up is the boy who lived himself, Harry Potter, in a brand new and exclusive variant. So this time there's actually something to talk about, unlike the various Gryffindor robes. It comes with bright blue pants, which is a fresh change of pace, and a sort of sand green sweater, which is unique. I don't recall him wearing this in the movie. In fact, I don't even think he had this in the Years 1 through 4 video game, which took all the designs from these games except recolored them a bit. This torso was actually used for, I think, casual variants of one or two of the Weasleys. Like, I remember Percy Weasley at the very least had it, so that's interesting. But regardless, a new Harry Potter is a new Harry Potter. They probably just didn't want to recycle one for 2003. In fact, none of the minifigures in the 2003 duology of sets appeared again. They were all exclusive to their sets. That's really interesting. I feel like there was some sort of behind-the-scenes thing going on. I could be wrong, but with the next figure especially, I find that interesting. Same head as usual. There's like no back printing on the head or in torso. No accessory this time, which makes sense given the context of the scene. Just wanted to mention it to be thorough. And the other minifigure in this set is Lucius Malfoy. And here's the reason that I said I just think they didn't want to reuse figures and there was some behind-the-scenes issues financially or something. Because he doesn't really change outfits at all in the movie. In fact, in the LEGO games, he only has one default outfit. So that's very weird to me. I mean, a new outfit is a new outfit, a new minifigure is a new minifigure, and it is a good-looking minifigure. It is. And not much to say. No torso back printing and no head printing. In fact, this head, I think, was used... I don't know how long, but it was used for a few years. I could be wrong. And it was used for like Lego City sets or like pilot sets or something. And of course, it's the same head and hair as the other Lucius, which I haven't reviewed yet. Although Dobby's release is what I'm hoping to be the next set I review. Not making any promises on that, but that's the one I'm guessing. And I like that there's gold printing on the torso, which is cool. And very cool pinstripe torso printing. You don't see that every day, especially back in 2003, so that's nice. The sort of Goldilocks hairpiece for him, which after these older sets, the yellow skin sets, would change to Dumbledore's hairpiece, which does fit the character a lot better, but even then I still have a soft spot for it, but I would be lying if said new ones have definitely not, like, they've improved a lot. I would have preferred it if the first minifigure was just recycled for this set, but I won't complain about this design. A new minifigure is a new minifigure without accessories. He doesn't have his cane that turns into a wand, who's honestly the one character that makes sense to have the big stick piece instead of a new mold, but I'll save that for that video. And I really like that he has a very snarky expression. Gives him a lot of personality. And I don't know if it's just a product of the years, because this theme began in 2001 and this figure was produced in the following years, but his eyes look a little bit bigger. Maybe it's just to give more of that personality out of the minifigure, who knows, but it does look pretty cool nonetheless. So we got kind of one build, kind of two. You can somewhat connect them together. You can't, like, have pinpoints connect together or anything, but you can sort of just lump them together. First up, we get the floo powder chimney that Harry comes out of. I will say for both builds, I like that they use a lot of, I think, sand blue or like a discontinued bluish grey, like greyish blue colour, which you don't see every day, and it's nice. So for piece lovers, like pieces, Lego pieces, you will love this set. You can move this here so you can put Harry in. So what you do is move this out and then place Harry in here. It's a little hard to do in one camera, but you can sort of get the idea here. Like in the movie and book, when he goes from the Weasley's home, the Burrow, to Knockturn Alley when he pronounces Diagon Alley wrong. And you get another kind of removable roof, but it's just to give it an angle. And I think 2003, I mean, I don't know if it's great, but it's really good, I think. It's pretty impressive for that year's standards. And you can see here we got like a little furnace. A lot of black pieces, a lot of dark greys and blues. Very rarely, if ever, we see this much blue in a singular Harry Potter set. Maybe like the Weasley card, the Flying Forward Anglia, whatever it's called, but that's it. And of course, get the chimney detail here. Here we get proper Knockturn Alley, but you get torches up here, and you get stone owls. It's meant to be just part of decoration, not actual owls, but it looks cool. Maybe, because it's meant to be a dark magic wizard shop, maybe they killed and stuffed the owls. Who knows? I don't know if there's a story behind this place. There's a story with everything in this world, but who knows? We get a translucent green, neon green spider up here in the roof, maybe to attack Harry or scare someone. Get the entrance here. We get a cash register. We get a little item that's meant to be Lucius's accessory, but I count as part of here. I don't know if it's some sort of potion or dark magic artifact, but there you go. You get a goblet with one of those very common Harry Potter pieces with the bag of dust and bones and spiders. And you get a telescope using a, I think, pinkish crystal. I can't tell if it's pink or red in this light. And get more of those dark magic vials or potions or whatever combinations they are. You get a cool looking brain here, which is nice. I don't know what a brain would be doing, but maybe it's dark magic. And in the fifth book, there is like in the Department of Mysteries, a room full of brains like that. Maybe it has something to do with that. Who knows? This is meant to be a telescope for astronomy or something. That's cool. And on the other side with this window, you see there are eyes. Very creepy. It's like this set, they want it to be as dark and creepy as possible with the color scheme and just weird artifacts everywhere. I don't know if these eyes are actually from other sets, like recycled or not, or original. I'm gonna guess recycled, but regardless, it really works. I don't remember this in the books or the movies, but let me know if this really was a thing. And you can move this up and down if you want to. You got space for more stuff, like I just said. There's a potion. And here we get a hand, which you might remember if you've seen the movie or read the book. That's the hand that grabs Harry's hand. Like, when he's touching it, it sort of, like, scares him. A bit, not a jump scare for me, personally, but it jump scared Harry. That's the main thing. Up here, there's supposed to be skulls. Here's what they look like with skulls. Again, making it look as uninviting and creepy as possible, and evil with skulls that do look pretty evil, honestly. These must have been, like, really bad, scummy people or something. The one here is a bit dusty, but I'll clean that. And maybe they're also meant to be more dark artifacts, but they look really cool, and it actually does resemble the place, because there were skulls and, like, were there shrinking heads in the movie, or am I remembering things wrong? But regardless, it looks cool, makes it look more menacing, and pops out more. And this, for a lot of people, may have been the last Chamber of Secrets set they may have had. I think, pretty good, spooky way to end things, because, in my opinion, if you're going to end a wave, like a story-based wave, it should be either the most scary, uninviting set possible, like this, or the biggest, grandest set ever, like the Chamber of Secrets. But that's just me personally. And the last thing I want to mention for this video is the window. I actually really like the window. I don't know how common or rare this is, but I think it looks really cool. And I like how complete the roof looks, at least on the outside. It's like they wanted to put in more effort than usual for the set, which is really appreciated. Actually, one other thing I want to know. This time, I promise this is the last thing. But every time Diagon Alley has got its own set, Knockturn Alley is always the one set that's consistently on there. Actually, maybe not the modular one, but like the big one, but most of them include it. But anyway, there you all have it. That concludes my review of LEGO Harry Potter 4720 Knockturn Alley. I'm hoping for the next set to be Dobby's release. I can't guarantee that's going to be the next one, but I'm eyeing for that to be the next one because it's the smallest of the sets. And so I can have the other Lucius Malfoy minifigure in the collection. But until then, I hope you all enjoy this video, and I'll see you all later.